Hello everyone, this is Monday morning. I was listening to a crazy talk that an elder was giving. Talk about a conscience. Do they really know what is a conscience? Do the governing body even teaches Jehovah's Witnesses to make their conscience to grow, that they would examine their religion and stop protecting evil that goes inside the religion? So let's get into this talk, and here's something to think about. Never carry your iPad out there in the public if you have a bad neighborhood. You never know. You might get run over by a vehicle because you don't want to let go of your iPad. Doesn't this sound kind of stupid? Why in the world someone would run their vehicle over a kid after, if they already took the iPad away from this kid? So let's get into the story.
I'd like to ask you a question. Do you think it's possible that there may be individuals in this earth that do not have a conscience? After all, we see a lot of badness, do we not? Well, there's an experience I want to share with you. The experience is about a young boy by the name of Marcos. Marcos was 15 years old. His parents didn't have a lot of money, but they were able to save enough to get him an iPad. One day as he's walking down the street, two men decide to steal that iPad from him. One's 18, one's 21. They grab the iPad. He won't let go of it. He struggles to hang on to it. And finally the men take their car and they run over him. They kill him. This goes back to my original question. Is it possible that some individuals do not have a conscience? Well, let's look.
We know 100% positive that Jehovah's Witnesses religion do not have a conscience. None of their members has a conscience. We know. We was there. Because they teach us that we are better than the outside world. We know more about the Bible than anyone else. You can't tell us anything about the Bible. We are supposed to tell you what you need to know. But Jehovah's Witnesses don't have a conscience to realize that they're the ones that have been scammed by Watchtower. So actually, we never had a conscience when we became Jehovah's Witnesses. We gave our conscience away and shoved it in a dark closet and just obey what's right or wrong. We must obey, but not be able to allow to use our conscience to determine what is right from wrong. Let's continue.
Look at the answer, if you will. Please turn with me to the Bible. And this is going to be in Romans chapter 2. Now, in Romans chapter 2, verses 14 and 15, we are going to discover that conscience is inborn in every single human being. Romans 2, 14 and 15. For when people of the nations who do not have law do by nature the things of the law, These
I want to stop it there for a second. I don't know to disagree or agree with this guy. How is someone born with a conscience? You have to learn from what's right from wrong, from your parents, your environment, to know what is right from wrong. If you was born as a Jehovah's Witness and you never even knew what right from wrong was because the corruption in this religion, how can you have a conscience? How can you have a true conscience when you're living in a lie the day you was born? Something to think about.
people, although not having a law, are a law to themselves. They are the very ones who demonstrate the matter of law to be written in their hearts, while their conscience is bearing witness with them, and by their own thoughts they are being accused or even excused. We see in that scripture that people do things by nature, all the nations in the entire world, because of this conscience. They have certain laws, such as there's laws to not steal, not to murder, incest, rape, anything that would harm your neighbor.
Yeah, but he's up there giving a fictional story when he's not even looking the pure evil in Jehovah's Witnesses religion. You can't talk about the world, how corrupt it is, unless you have a clean slate in your religion. This is why Jehovah's Witnesses is hypocrites. They apply the scriptures to suit their motives. In other words, like they say, the elders, do what we tell you, but don't follow our example. When they're out there committing adultery, fornication, being a pedophile, raping children, where's their conscience? Where is their compassion for the human being in their own religion? If they tell us to stay away from the world and people who has been raped by the members inside the kingdom halls, shouldn't you walk away from pure evil when it's in your religion? Talks like this makes me sick. How hypocritical these people are on these platforms, giving these talks. And most of them are bullies using power to control the members. Let's continue.
Is against the law, and that's because this is actually built into us. But you know, today in the year 2018, we find many people's consciences does not seem to work very well. We see individuals that will steal if they have the opportunity. And of course, every day it seems like we're seeing acts of terrorism.
Isn't that Watchtower trying to steal money from Jehovah's Witnesses? Steal their lives by forcing them to obey and do their door knocking or standing by a cart for many hours a day, many hours a week, a month, to look stupid. Yeah, to look stupid. Uneducated people have no knowledge of the real Bible teaching. I know! I was there. I know more now about the Bible than I had almost over 30-something years. That is a wasted time not knowing the true scriptures. Because we are being told, Jerry, you're stupid. You don't know of the Bible. Let the elders teach you. Elders didn't know nothing about the Bible themselves. They had to be programmed by Watchtower to teach us what they want us to be taught. Wow. Let's continue a little bit more.
Are we not? How could that be true, though, if everybody has a conscience? The Insight book explains it. It says the conscience can become seared, made unfeeling by continued violations of its warnings. Let me illustrate. You take an iron and you burn your hand. Oh, it hurts. But then you burn your hand again.
Yeah. A friend of mine, husband, is a Jehovah's Witness. Burned her with an iron on her leg almost over 20-something years ago. And she still have the mark. So, oh yeah, she definitely know what an iron felt like. Why he did it? Because he's a man. He thinks that he can hurt his wife. And the elders, what they did to him? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. They actually put the blame on her. No matter what she didn't do, it gives him a right to burn her with an iron. So this talk and this ignorance gives you right to bully children, bully your wives. And you wonder why we got out of this false religion. And he's using the iron. Or you keep burning yourself till you realize you're burning yourself. Unbelievable.
And it hurts again. But you keep doing that. After a while, what happens is your hand develops some callus. It becomes unfeeling. It doesn't work anymore. You know, really, with this wonderful gift from Jehovah God, you would think that people would be loving, kind, considerate. And yet today we find the very opposite, do we not? Many people today, they have lowered their conscience. They've seared it so much, it doesn't work for them anymore.
Yeah, if you don't want a conscience, join Jehovah's Witnesses. Join them, people. You give up your conscience. You give up the right of being a human being. When you become brainwashed by the leaders,
in fact, sometimes when we go from door to door, we see that, do we not? We find individuals living together without being married. We find people smoking marijuana, crack cocaine. The irony of this, though, is...
Oh, they sing. Is someone standing there smoking marijuana in their face? Or doing crack cocaine right there in the face? You didn't see nothing. It's just words you put in your stupid mouth and making people in the congregation believe that we see this. People, why are you being deceived, or why do you want to be deceived by these stupid talks?
If you were to ask these individuals if they're sinning, a lot of times they say, no, what I'm doing is perfect.
And yet, as a Jehovah's Witness, why is your religion is covering up pedophiles? No! We don't do that! We protect our children. Watchtower would never, ever would do that to our children. Come on!
Perfectly okay. So we find really an erosion of morals that has really happened. People have seared consciences. We know that 2 Timothy chapter 3, we're not going to read it, mentions that when we see these things start to occur, though, we know that we would be living in the last days. And today we live in a world.
The last days, 1975. Last days, the year 2000. We're still here. We're still here.
Where the spirit of the world is very powerful. It tends to influence us. Sometimes we can't really understand how bad it is, but it takes real effort.
I know how bad it is. Just become a Jehovah's Witness. You learn firsthand of how evil works and how it corrupts your heart and your conscience. Just become a Jehovah's Witness. You get the first front row seat. You might even get the privilege going up on stage and telling your story. How long you've been in the truth.
Effort to do as Psalms 37:27, and I quote, "Turn away from what is bad and do what is good, and you will remain forever." You know, this is very difficult because, again, the world has a tendency to please self. That's the way the thinking is today. Do things to make yourself happy. But, you know, Satan has done something else that's very wicked. What Satan has done is he has taken the moral standards of the world and he has lowered them. So what once at one time was very repulsive, very bad to look upon, is considered normal today.
Oh yeah, seen that many times when I was a Jehovah's Witness. I seen so much hypocritical conspiracy within the organization. I've seen plenty types of evil. They even had an article that a Jehovah's Witness man was a security technician and put security system in people's homes. And he went back to, because he knew how to turn them off, to rob the place. And he got busted. And they found out he was a Jehovah's Witness. And he was in our congregation. And I knew the guy. So how can you walk around to call yourself righteous when Watchtower is taking your heart and turning it inside out and molding it to be pure evil. And we have allowed Watchtower to do that. So I'm not going to play no more of this nonsense. I made my point across. There is no conscience being a Jehovah's Witness. Your conscience can come back to be normal by leaving this false religion, this dangerous cult. I know. I still know people in that religion believing with their hearts they're in the real truth. They have no clue. Even when I try to help them, they won't recognize it. They won't use their conscience to hear the truth. You're being scammed. You're being lied to. And they're molding you the way Satan has molded this religion to be pure evil. So thank you very much, and I hope this video will encourage you. If you want a real conscience, you get out of Dodge. Get out of all the kingdom halls. Because you are chosen by Satan to lie, to lie, to lie, to make people believe you're the only true religion. Thank you very much, people, and y'all enjoy the rest of your week.